Since our last collection video, we've gotten a lot of new stuff, so it felt appropriate that we make a new one to show it all off. We've got everything from official plushes, to new custom plushes, and even new Pikmin merchandise. So let's get into it. We are going to be starting off with some brand new Pikmin 4 plushes. And the first one is Ochi, the space dog! Wow!
These were kind of difficult to get because all the new Pikmin 4 plushes could only be purchased in Japan. So we ordered from an import site called Mecha Japan to get all of these Pikmin 4 plushes.
Ochi's definitely neat. The body looks really good. He's got a collar. It's not quite red. I don't know if they were going for a red or an orange color, but it looks kind of orange. The face, though, I don't know. He looks kind of deranged to me. He looks a little off. Oh, and he's also got a little tongue. He's pretty funny. Next we have the Ice Pikmin. And since these are little, we got 2 of them and they're Pikmin. We need to have more than one. Though, I will say, I'm going to be I don't want to start this video on a super negative note, but I'm not really impressed with these guys. They're not that good in my opinion. They look kind of weird.
Yeah, the whole texture kind of fabric on them just does not look right.
Because you can see they have textured fabric, which is just really weird because none of the other All-Stars have that. And I think my biggest complaint, why are their feet white? Like, literally, why are their feet white? There is no reason to have their feet white. There is nothing else on the body that would make you think their feet is white. They're not white in the game, and the white doesn't even match the leg.
Nintendo, you failed.
Sometimes I feel like there was a whole different team that made these guys in the Glow Pikmin, and these the ones definitely suffered the most. I can definitely say they're my least favorite, but let's go into something less negative.
And now for a much better looking plush, the Glow Pikmin. I really like these guys. These are some of my favorites out of the imports that we got. They got great color, great shape, and nice yellow flowers.
The only weird thing about them, in my opinion, is their material. You can't see it because it's on the video, but they have a significantly different material from all the other All-Stars, which is why I said it feels like it was a different team that made these guys. But the Glow Pikmin actually look really good. I think my biggest complaint with them would be the tail. It looks a bit weird. It looks fine for display, but it's a bit inconvenient for practicality, which I know that's probably not the intent for people to be using them as like actual things to play with, but I don't know. Yeah. Tail I'm not the biggest fan of. I think it could have just been straight, but otherwise, really good. These guys look really awesome.
And basically the fabric feels rough. It's not soft and smooth like the other plushes.
They're also quite tall. Their stem is huge.
Yes. And the last of the imports that we got is a Bulborb, because we did not have any official Bulborbs before. So we purchased an All-Star Bulborb as part of the set.
And I have to say, this guy looks phenomenal. He's easily my favorite of all of the imports we bought in this pack. He's just so good. I can't believe we never had a Bulborb that looked this good before. I really like the bigger spots. These are significantly bigger than the normal ones.
And real eye stalks.
Real eye stalks. And he is easily my favorite of the All-Star plushes we bought. He's just so good.
So he will be in a future video.
Yay! And now for a few new additions to our All-Star Red, Blue, and Yellow set. We bought a 3rd pack of these guys simply because we needed them to have the complete set of plant tops. We have the other 2. We have a normal set. We have a set that we switched around the flower and leaf bud. But then, of course, we were missing some. We only had 2. So, like, we already had a bud blue and a flower blue. So now we have a leaf blue, flower yellow, and a bud red. And here is the full unofficial All-Star set, all 9 with the different tops. It just felt wrong to only have 2, so we had to have 3 of each. And no, this is not too many All-Star Pikmin, we needed them all.
And now, for the ugliest Pikmin plush of all time.
The World Nintendo Wing Pikmin. Last video, I specifically mentioned that this guy's ugly, and he is, but there are two main reasons we did decide to get him. First, it would complete our set of the World Nintendo. We have all 4 of the other ones, so this completes, so we have all 5. And the other main reason we got this Pikmin is because at the time, this was our 100th purchased Pikmin plush, including our All-Star Pikmin, our World Nintendo Pikmin, and all the bootleg Pikmins we got. 100. And this is the 100th little bugger. So he was a pretty monumental moment. And of course it was this one too. It was this Pikmin of all that we could get.
Every Pikmin is special. Even that one.
This one's just extra special.
Looks like the whole squad's here. It took over 10 years, but we finally have a full 100 Pikmin squad.
And that is a lot of Pikmin. And most of these Pikmin are actually ours. This front line was borrowed from other people in the family, but most of this is ours. 90 of the Pikmin are our Pikmin. Now I dare someone to challenge our collection.
And now we're going to move to the custom plushes. Well, since I couldn't wait for Nintendo to announce the actual official Glow Pikmin plushes, I ended up making my own. And I think they turned out pretty good. And they're very similar to the actual officials in the end.
And here's a comparison between them. Just so you can see what are the differences between our custom and the real one.
Yeah, and overall, I like my size better, because I do think the Glow Pikmin are kind of big.
They are big. Like, if you compare them to another Pikmin, they are kind of big for being Glow Pikmin, which I'm pretty sure are at least normal size or smaller. And now we have a plus that was actually suggested to us by people on our stream. It is the Pikmin carrots. Someone suggested this idea, I don't remember exactly who, but we just thought that was really funny. And we wanted to make some. And because these guys are actually really simple, they are literally just 2 pieces and then a leaf. We ended up making 3 of them. So we have a lot of Pikmin carrots now. I don't know what we're going to use them for, though.
Ooh. And now, the mother of all plushes. It's the Mama Shear Grub.
Mother Grubber.
Basically, the Shear Grub pattern is pretty simple. So, you just make it bigger. And boom. Mama Shear Grub.
And by bigger, we mean bigger. Like, these guys are... This one's huge.
Yeah.
Compared to the tiny little Fluffy. And we'll get the other Shear Grubs in here. Mama Shear Grub is huge, which is actually really fitting. I think it's good that we have such a big plush from Mama Shear Grub.
Although what's funny is, if you would make it to real scale, this plush would be a heck of a lot bigger.
And here we have a whole bunch of plushes coming up. We have 6 more pellets. Before we had a lot of pellets, but it had been a while since we actually made any of these. But with all the new Pikmin types, it felt wrong to only have the red, blue, and yellow, and then a purple and white. So it felt like we really needed rock pellets, wing pellets, and with the introduction of ice Pikmin, ice pellets. Now, these pellets are actually different from our original, which we made a very long time ago. You can see the original has a different material for the 1. It also has a whole different kind of stitching on the side, following the pattern more from Pikmin 1 and 2, whilst these newer ones are much closer to Pikmin 3 and 4. It was kind of hard to decide whether we wanted to make them the same or not, but we ended up having the ones be just on their own without any black stitching, because in general I think that looks much better. Next we have a sorta new plush. This is the Flighty Joustmite. And though the shell is brand new and the wings are brand new, the body is the same as the previous one. We're just making a new shell for it, but I mean, we already had the body. It seemed obvious. We should have a flighty version too. And I've been thinking about that for some time, so eventually I decided that, yeah, we should have a flighty shell. And like I showed, obviously the shell comes off, and these wings are not stitched on They're being held on by pins right now and they can come out.
Easy.
There. One of the wings comes off. I'm just gonna take that one off. But this guy's pretty cool, and now we actually have a flighty Jasmite we can use as well.
In the past, we have made some plush enemies that represent fire, water, and poison. And now we have an electrifying duo of anode beetles. These were actually pretty complicated to make because they got the legs, the body, the eyes, the antennas, and then also we did make it so that the wing flaps can come off so they can do their electric attack. I'm very happy with how they turned out. Don't know what kind of use they'll have for it in a video.
Yeah, they're kind of cave enemies, so I don't know where we're going to put them in. Judging by how they ended up in Pikmin 4, you can imagine how they're going to show up in our videos. They literally had one cave.
Yeah, and plus special effects for electricity are usually difficult to do, so...
Oh yeah.
We probably won't have them in videos much, but we really like these guys.
They are cool to have. And now, for one of the mostest epicest enemies of all. So elusive that it's barely considered an enemy. It is... the Ujadani. This is tiny. This is literally a Pikmin 2 exclusive creature, and most people won't even see it. It's just this little gnat bug that shows up in Wistful Wilds on very specific days.
Isn't it like day 31 or something?
It shows up day 1, and then each 30 days it shows up again. Obviously you can't encounter it on day 1, but then that's why it ends up day 31, day 61, day 91, and onwards. So most people aren't even going to see this. But one day I was just kind of bored, and I was like, okay, I want to make a plush. And then I spent 30 minutes making this. And for a bit more scale, this is a Pikmin. He is huge compared to the tiny little guy. This has to be our smallest Pikmin plush. Probably our smallest plush ever. But he's really funny.
And of course, we had to save the best for last.
The rock? It's literally a rock. It is literally nothing more than a rock. This is actually a failed rock pellet. You can see the same material. And
the shape just is really funky.
The material is what we believe actually caused this shape. Because we got this really weird, wonky shape with it. Because this was meant to be a gray pellet, but then I got this really weird shape. But we were like, okay, we already have it. We already stitched it. We already had it stuffed.
Alright.
So why not just close it off and make it a new plush?
Enough with this silliness. Let's get to the next section. One of the best things about Pikmin 4 being released is that Nintendo is actually promoting it with merchandise.
And with this controller, we got this Pikmin controller because there's actually a Pikmin controller. This is the timeline we exist in, where there is literally, there's actually Pikmin merchandise. And this is a pretty cool controller. It is very interesting. It's got a very interesting design because a lot of it's actually see-through. You can even see the actual computing in there.
And you can see that they put a little Pikmin figure inside. It's not just a decoration.
The Pikmin figure is trapped. But it's definitely very interesting. It's got this like gaming type vibe because it's all see-through. And they really took advantage of the fact that it was clear. Really interesting controller. I like it. It is a little small though. I will say that. And
basically it's like one of the Pro controllers. But they even went to all the little details of even the charging cable is yellow and decorative.
This is charger and it needs charge. And they made the charger flashy. They made the charger flashy.
Yeah, I think these are still relatively common that you can get on like Amazon and stuff. One of the more unique promotions that we found was Pikmin drinks at Kung Fu Tea.
They actually had a completely unique drink that came with these cups, and this was a more limited thing. After some time, they weren't actually giving these anymore. But we have these little straw caps that are a leaf, and you can see the straw goes in there. We have a bud, and My personal favorite, the flower. These are really cool, though. We were only able to get 3 of them.
Yeah, basically the promotion was very popular, so those went really fast. And they had a drink that was an actual Pikmin drink, which was, I think,
it was like mango.
some kind of mango, fruit, bubble tea. Bubble tea is mostly what they do at Kung Fu Tea.
Yeah, it was good. I'm really glad we actually got these. And we got all 3. We got the red, blue, and yellow. Speaking of Pikmin-themed beverages, we also have a Capri Sun with Pikmin 4 slapped all over it. This is just really funny. Like, this is Capri Sun, but it has Pikmin all over it. And you can actually still get these. These are available, and I don't think they're that hard to get, right?
No, these are extremely common. They're just wherever you can buy Capri Sun. That's the theme on them right now. The next set of merchandise is actually what you can get from Nintendo Rewards. So like you earn platinum points by playing games and things like that. So we got Pikmin coasters.
And they're themed off of 5 pellets, and they have some Pikmin on them.
Basically,
really like
you use the platinum points and then you pay like, I don't know, a couple dollars shipping.
And we have a few others. We have this 3DS case that I actually got a while ago, but I don't think we showed it off in the last one, so we're showing it off now.
And by a while ago, like probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, it is old. I love this thing. I always use it for... This is my main case. I took all the games out, but this is where I keep most of my games.
And then the last thing that we got from there is a Pikmin 4 hand towel.
And it's pretty big. We can't show it all.
Why we needed a Pikmin 4 hand towel? I don't know. But it was Pikmin, and it was a reward. So we got it.
Why not?
It actually is pretty neat.
Yeah, though I'm going to be honest, it isn't actually that good for drying your hands, so we just have it on display now.
And it doesn't have all the Pikmin types. It's like red, yellow, blue, and ice. Like, what a weird assortment.
Where was my wing Pikmin and
glow
my glow
Pikmin.
Pikmin representation? Come on, Nintendo. But that aside, this is pretty cool.
And another item that you can get on the North American Nintendo shop, Pikmin 4 shirt.
It's got Ochi and the Pikmin on the front with some leaves, buds, and flowers. It's actually got this thing on the side, this P on the side. And then on the back, there's some more Pikmin carrying some stuff. And on the bottom, there's a little Nintendo tag. This is a really cool shirt.
And the last thing from the Nintendo store
is this Pikmin hat. I really like this. It's got Pikmin over it. It's got some little decorations on the back. It has this gold Pikmin logo. And it's actually really decorated underneath as well. It's got a tag and Pikmin 4 all over the bottom. This is a very high quality hat as well. I don't usually wear hats like this, but I definitely take my chance to wear it when I can.
Yeah, and the material is very soft. It's a very, very nice hat.
And this time we actually saved the best for last. This is a Pikmin mini terrarium. These are so awesome. I love them. They're basically a whole bunch of little pieces that you can put together with a stand and a top that can come off. And there's a bunch of things holding it together, but you can take the whole thing apart. So I'm actually going to show that. You can take that off. And then each of these little pieces are things you can take off. You can get the cursed Pikmin.
The decapitated red Pikmin.
And all the plants come off as well.
Yeah, so this is a very interesting Pikmin merch that we came across because we found it locally in a retro gaming store. They got some Japanese imports and they picked up these terrariums. So I went in one day and like, what? There's like actual Pikmin 4 imports?
And that's not it. We have 2 more.
Yeah, so we got 3 of them.
This water one with some blues and some reds with a nice butterfly cap. And then we have this underground Pikmin 3 inspired wire area with some yellow Pikmin.
And I like how it's cool. It's cool that they're in a bulb.
Yes, it's actually a light bulb. Of course, this comes off. Got some mushrooms.
Yeah, and basically the way that it works is you buy the box, and there's one of 6. If I can find there's one of 6 that you can get, and it's random.
We got this one, and this one.
Yeah, so we got 3 out of the 6.
Which is pretty good. Though I kind of wish we actually got this guy right here. This one looks really cool. Oh, and this one?
Yeah,
both of them
I like
with
the
a
one with
flipped
the
over bottle.
I like the one with the blowhog.
We didn't get any of the flipped over bottle ones, but generally, these are still really cool Pikmin merchandise. Thank you everyone for watching. And make sure to like and subscribe so we can pay off the 10,000 Poco debt that we got ourselves into after paying for all of this Pikmin merch. Anyways, goodbye.